So my name's Michelle Venema. I am the CEO of this lovely organization called Pennsylvania Home of the Sparrow. I have been at the helm of the organization since 2016. So we're really on the front lines of preventing homelessness for women and children in Chester County. And by being on the front lines, that means we want to catch women and their children before they ever spend one night of homelessness out on the streets. What we do have is a particular program called our Pre-Senior Bridge Program. And with that program, we actually have two houses that we house women in. And that's women between the ages of 55 and 62, for which there's no senior subsidized care available until you turn 62. One of those properties is in Coatesville. It's called the Catherine Toomey House. We actually have 5 separate apartments in there. 4 are single apartments for single women, and the upstairs apartment is ready for 2 different women. We've got 2 separate bedrooms, 2 separate bathrooms, but the shared kitchen and living room and sitting room, those are our shared spaces. Everything is made around our programming to make sure that women stay housed. I thought of a woman spending even one night out on the streets with her children, not knowing where that next meal is going to come from, not having that security and safety of having a bed and a home to call your own drives me crazy. So our programs, we want to make sure that we are helping women continue along that path to housing and financial stability by doing some heavy duty budgeting and by tweaking a few things, doing reduction of expenses and increasing income. Maybe we help women get a different job.
I'm Matri Johnson, Director of Programs at Home of the Sparrow. I think the biggest thing that I would say about this funding is it addresses a population that I think so many people overlook or have forgotten. And that is the seniors. And how we define seniors for us is anyone over 50. And what we started seeing is this is a population where so many of them are very prideful. They don't trust everyone. So for us, we're big on collaboration and partnerships. That is huge for us. So we were able to tap in to some of our partners, and not only being partners that people think of, but even partners on city council, partners that are community activists, to say, all right, this is what we're trying to do. Who do you know of? Who should we be talking with? And that has been transformative for us, because this group would not be able to get funding if it were not for us, because they don't meet the criteria of other programs. We also assist women that have gotten behind on an electric bill, water bill. Coatesville water is very high. We've been able to do that. The other thing that we do, we're big on budgeting. We're big on trying to determine, all right, where's the fat that we need to cut? Or maybe there isn't any fat. But how do we keep you stable? Because that is our biggest thing. We want to keep you stabilized in your home, because we know that if you get out of that home, it's a lot harder. Our favorite line is, what's the plan? It's not to see you at over 50 increase your income. It is, how can we get rid of some of that debt, and can we save? I'm thinking about a woman right now we're working with, a single woman with a lot of health issues. When we met with her, she cried the whole time because she had been searching, and it was her niece that intervened and said, hey, I know about Home of the Sparrow because of work we've done with her niece. So we're able to get her situated and housed.
My name's Don Nemetz. I'm the Executive Director here at North Star of Chester County. Originally came from the business world, about 25 years in the business world, and crossed over to nonprofits to help the community. And our whole goal is to allow families to come in. We provide rental assistance to get the pressure off on the finances. Then the real work begins. We have case managers here that really sit down and work with the families, creating budgets, but really digging deeper and find out, was there something that caused their current situation? And we help them create a goal to get out of it. When those situations happen, we'll take up to 3 years to help the family figure out a good game plan on how to be stable. Over the last 5 years, 6 families bought homes, and we started looking at how can we help our families that are currently with us. So we started a pantry, and our families really took advantage of having a pantry in-house. You didn't have to go to a food bank. You didn't have to try to figure out, how do I get my kids and the time to the place. They're here. They come here all the time. They can walk out with a couple bags of groceries. We typically stock a lot of non-SNAP items. So these are items that SNAP just does not pay for. The paper products, cleaning products. The big one is laundry soap. So our families can come in, do their budget, and walk out with $50, $75 worth of groceries and cleaning products every month. At the end of the day, when you graduate our program, you'll look back and realize that we have taught you a lot of skills. We helped you get to the goals that you were looking for, and we provided the resources to make you successful for graduation so that you can be successful with your family moving forward. Our program, we expect a lot out of the families that are a part of us, because it takes a lot to change the situation that you might be in, that crisis situation. But the thing is, we're right there with you. And so Seed and Scale, it allowed us to really be able to take on more families from the Coatesville area. If you look at the families that we work with over the years, and even currently, a majority of the families come from Coatesville, Downingtown, or Westchester, but Coatesville is definitely a big portion of the families that we serve. There's a high demand for our services, and Seed and Scale really gave us a tool to use. Not only the grant initially, but the matching part allowed us to really lean in on that, and it gave us the funds and finances to expand our services to a couple more families up in Coatesville. We're very pleased to be working with the Alliance and helping us with not only the grant and the matching opportunities, but all the programmings for the organizations like ours to come together and look for solutions to the problems that are in the community. It's one thing to write a check and give it to a nonprofit, but to come alongside of them and work together on solutions, that's what got me excited about the Alliance.
And I'm Riley Force. I am the Director of Programs here at Friends Association.
I'm Ellen Haynes. I'm a Housing Stability Case Manager.
My name's Lauren Swift. I'm a Development Coordinator here.
My name is Lisa Buchanan. I started off in case management here. My entire career of over 30 years has probably been in some form of case management in Chester County.
Friends Association is a nonprofit in Chester County serving families with children and individuals, and our goal and our mission is to help reduce homelessness in Chester County. So we have multiple programs that are helping us do that. We have our eviction prevention case resolution team. We have our housing stability case management, and then we also have our emergency family shelter.
A lot of the families that I can think of that are in the shelter right now, we have like a 3-generation household. We have a single dad with 2 kids. If either of those families would be turned away from any other shelter in the county.
We do a lot with budgeting. We can help with opening savings accounts, helping people make grocery lists where they're considering how they're spending their SNAP benefits, or making sure that that money is lasting them a full month. We help them make resumes, do job search, try to get them into job training programs. We help with scheduling appointments, like doctor's appointments, help them figure out how to get transportation for those sorts of things for them and their kids. We help with parenting skills, connecting them to other resources in the community that can offer things like diapers or food or cooking classes, or just things that as adults help keep you stably housed, help maintain stability in your life.
We are looking at the goals of the family. It's not about just the financial goals, but it's the goals of the family to help them sustain in the future.
One of the first families I worked with here at Friends, mom and 4 children, really teetering on becoming homeless again. And this was a family that had been homeless, several times in the past. One day she showed me the basement of the home. The entire floor was covered in trash bags filled with things. It wasn't trash, these were belongings. And these were things that the family had taken, put into trash bags and moved into the basement when they got evicted from their last place. But she was so overwhelmed in the day-to-day, she just never addressed it. So we needed to clear that. And it was really going down there in the basement, and we would spend hours down there together going through each box and each bag, deciding what she was going to take to the new place and what we were going to do with the stuff that she wasn't. By the time we got done, I was able to transfer organizational skills to her, cleaning skills. We were able to have conversations while we were doing these things about other areas of her life that she needed support in.
We understand that homelessness doesn't happen overnight, and a lot of times there's some generational trauma there, and we want to stop that. So we really do try to focus not only on the parents and what they need, but also these children that are involved, so that the parents can also teach these children good, positive coping skills.